there's some quote that says something to the effect of like monotony is the key to success, right? And it's
Mhm.
monotony is it rhymes, but it's true. Like it's like master the monotonous, right?
Yep.
Is a thing, and it's so true. Where if you whatever success means to, because so many people think of it as financial success, which is way, way, way off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In fact, if you do the other stuff, the financial side tends to come.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just man, it's just like if you can get to really, really master the monotony of dude, fitness is a big one,
Yeah.
right? Like my rule has always been just touch the bar.
Yeah.
That's it. You've seen the weight room, it's right behind us here. And it's
Yep.
like, it's not always pretty when I go in there. Today it was just stretching and mobility.
Yeah.
Like I just, been going pretty hard and like the body just I walked in, I was like the body says, I'd love to see my hips like move a little bit today. So
Yeah.
dude, I just did 45 minutes of what I imagine yoga looks like.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And but it feels great, right? And so it's just that, yeah, that those men that you look up to and I look up to that we want around us.
Robin Hood and Little John are walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other one has to say.
Hey, welcome to the Ruckless Podcast. We got Garrett Carver in studio with us today, me and Tyrel Bubba Trainer.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Garrett, we know nothing about you. We know a little bit about you, but I didn't want to get too much because that just takes away from the fun here.
Yeah, exactly.
So we brought you in to get you know you. We met you through Joe Bradley
Yep.
and you work with, to some extent over different periods of time, hunt, lift, eat.
Yep. Even got the
And I've got the
on my arm.
tattoo as a cheat to like know which order. Is it lift, hunt, eat? Hunt, lift, eat.
Hunt, lift, eat.
Hunt, lift, eat.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
So man, thank you for coming to studio today, man. We've seen your guys' stuff on all the social media side and all that. And I think is it you and a partner or you and a couple other guys? Walk us through who you are,
Okay.
Garrett Carver, and who's Hunt, Lift, Eat.
Okay. So Hunt, Lift, Eat was started by Luke Cox. He's the owner and founder of the company. I met him so we have a giant team member program that's countrywide. Basically, I joined the team, just kind of found my way through them. It's similar to like an ambassador program for some of these other companies.
Yeah.
I met them through that, and then kind of one thing led to another. From starting at International Sportsman's Expo,
Right.
got a chance to get a job with these guys. Left my job as I was an electrician for a couple of years there. Decided that I wanted to kind of pursue something that was a little more passion based, and
Right.
got the opportunity by Luke to go work for him. So I was the first employee to get hired on with Hunt, Lift, Eat.
Oh, cool.
So basically, what Hunt, Lift, Eat is, it's a lifestyle apparel company with fitness as the main core focus of a lot of it. They also do a really good podcast hosted by Carter McKenzie.
Yeah.
Those guys are awesome guys.
Yeah. What do they talk about a lot?
It's a lot of just hunting stories, but
Yeah.
like how they've got like a lot of how like fitness is based in the hunting world for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like the bread and butter for all of it,
Right.
You
Right. So
can't
how they
have one
approach
without the other almost.
Off-season fitness and,
Yep.
and getting ready to go and,
Yep.
and all that.
Preseason prep, all that kind of stuff. So
Sick.
they do a lot of workout programs. For Memorial Day last weekend, they did a Murph up at the warehouse.
It's everybody's
in their
go-to,
workout
man.
area and everything. So
I bailed on the Murph this year.
I did too.
I'm not about the Murph life, dude.
I had to work that morning, and then I decided that I wanted to go
didn't-
turkey hunting that night. So
See,
I was
yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah,
Well, that's better. I mean, I've been really consistent with my training and I know what happens to me after a Murph. Like it
Yeah.
wrecks me.
Yeah.
And so then I'm off for a couple days and then you're trying to get back on and you're trying to get back in the flow. I mean, the dudes that do it, they're savages. It won't matter, right? They'll
Yeah.
do a Murph on whatever it was Saturday for our group of guys this weekend.
Yep.
They'll be back at it Monday and it's fine. But like I will have 2 or 3 itises come out of that, right? I'll have an
Yeah.
elbow that stops working for a couple weeks, like I'm 46, I'm 290 pounds, like
yeah.
100 pull-ups is a thing,
Yeah. No, I get that because like
So-
I'm just coming off of a little bit of a knee issue from last year, and I'm 30 pounds heavier than I've ever been in my
Yeah.
life. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what do I do with that now?
Well,
Like,
dude, it's a struggle. Like I had that last year too. I had an ankle surgery that put me on for 12 weeks and then I
Yep.
had prostate cancer that was
Oh,
removed.
man.
And so it's like just those 2 things in a 12-month window, you don't realize, like, especially as you get older, like you need to string 12 months together
Yeah.
to really come out feeling good on the
Yep.
other side. Right. And I got by
100%.
through hunting season and all that, but it wasn't pretty, you know, but it slows you down. It makes you hunt different. And I think you probably you see the mountains differently too, right?
Oh
You go,
yeah.
okay, like maybe I don't need to go 13 miles in there. I bet you there's an elk between the road and 13 miles. In fact, I know there's an elk between,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a very eye-opening moment this year. I went to Alaska for my first time and went and
Oh.
hunted Kodiak Island for, I think it was a 9-day hunt.
What were you hunting?
Blacktail deer.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then I was with a buddy that it was an Alaskan resident. His name's Chase. And he had 2 mountain goat tags. He had 3 blacktail deer tags. And as a non-resident, all I could get was 1 blacktail buck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, dude, we hunted hard for 9 days. And that, like, it might be sea level down there, but
But it's straight up and down.
it is straight
Yeah.
up and down. We gained 2,500 feet one day and got up to the top of this hill. We had a little 22, like a suppressed 22 with us. We were running around chasing ptarmigan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was so much fun. But then we looked back down the hill and we were like, we got
we're up
ourselves
here
into a
now.
bit of a problem
Yeah.
here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did you end up shooting a blacktail up there?
I shot a little spike. He shot all 3 of his deer. He got does for him. So we came back with plenty of meat.
Yeah.
We had a couple opportunities with some mountain goats, but the closest we could get was about 800 yards, and
He's not.
it's a poke.
That's a poke,
Yeah.
dude.
And it's
Yeah.
across a valley at that point. Like, we're
The
not
wind-
going to spend 2
all
days.
the wind and all the stuff that can happen between here
Yeah.
and there if you're shooting across a valley. And
Yeah, and then by the time we can get over to that thing, I guarantee there's a grizz on it. And
oh yeah,
those
I guess so,
Kodiak
huh?
bears are.
It's like
ain't
2 bites
small.
for one of those guys, right?
I
Like,
saw more bears than I saw deer on that trip.
Really?
Yeah, we saw, I think the total count was 28 grizzlies on that trip, and one was up close and personal.
Really?
We had one of our deer stolen by one of those bears.
What?
So it was chaos. I mean, it was
Dude,
one of the
what are you
coolest
carrying?
experiences.
I'm going to Alaska this year and next year. What are you carrying as like sort of your self-defense?
So we had a 10 millimeter with us, just
Yeah.
between the 2 of us. We pretty much were within arm's reach of each other at all times.
Yeah.
But then we just had our rifles
You had
on
your
top of
rifles.
that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I had a 30-06. He had a 7. I think he had a 7 PRC.
Right.
So it was
Yeah.
good enough to
Yeah.
get the job done.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on with James Nash and we were talking about that. He has a podcast, 6 Ranch Outfitters, and all of his stuff that James
Yeah.
does. And that was sort of his opinion. He's like, you got a pistol. He's like, but you're way more accurate with a rifle.
100%.
So you've got a rifle in your hand, ideally.
Well, and the
That's
rifle's going to have a little bit more of an oomph to it if you do
Oh,
need
yeah.
to hit it. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of the times those bears, I mean, they're coming to a sound of a gunshot most of the time. So
Yeah.
Really.
that's my biggest advice is reload your rifle the second that you get the chance and don't let it get too far away from you.
That's the dinner bell.
That's a dinner bell.
Oh.
I
But
mean,
At the same
it's
time,
wild.
when you did see that kind of as an interaction, did they kind of go, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm here for.
The one that got our deer, he was protective.
He was
Yeah.
spicy, huh?
He was spicy.
He was going to fight for that deer.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. And
That's
then
his deer now.
we had a
Yeah.
couple other that was that kind of our mindset was like,
You can have it.
you know
man.
what?
We're good.
Let's just back out. Like,
Yeah.
let's just leave this
Yeah.
alone.
I think
Like,
you're
we're not
Tag's
gonna.
not punched at that point, right? Like I think.
Unfortunately, that one was punched.
Oh, it was punched.
It was
already?
punched already.
Oh.
So,
What are the rules? There's probably got to be some rule around
so
that.
basically, if you punch the tag, because it's all like the online punch and
Oh,
everything like
yeah,
that. If you
yeah.
already punch
He
it,
checked it. Yeah.
it's gone.
Gonzo.
So
So him being a good guy,
yep,
deer down, immediately he checked it.
And we had another deer give us a really tempting offer later on in the day where it was like we're walking back to the boat and it was like
100%.
that we both just sat there like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's at least ask the guys on the boat what we're supposed to do
Right.
here rather than
Right.
just like
Yep.
do
Yeah.
something and get in trouble because that's the last thing anybody wants to do, right?
For sure.
You don't want to have.
Well, what
I'm
about
all
the
about
other
like
side?
having a
Like,
good conversation with a game warden, right?
yeah.
I don't want to have a bad one because of something I screw up.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
But I mean, and also
Been
though,
there.
you checked a deer, but you don't have a deer to show for it.
Yeah.
Right. And so like, well, where's your deer? You said you shot one.
yeah,
So maybe it goes the other way around. You're like, we better have a deer in our back pocket if we're going to have
Yep.
checked it too. Right.
yeah, and that's
They probably believe the story of like, that shit's gone.
It's
Yeah.
gone. That's,
I really
that's
wanted
pretty
it.
easily. Yeah.
Trust
on
me.
on Kodiak, they're pretty willing to
Yeah.
understand what's going on at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a totally different world, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like an alien planet.
Is it really? Never
it's
been.
cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, we had a hunt once where there was 5 of us on the hunt, all fairly big dudes, and Adam shot a mule deer doe day 2 of like a 9-day hunt, and we ate most of this doe.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Like
Yeah.
we had like a little bit of a rear left and a back strap.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, I wonder if there's not a rule. I asked, but like, if you can eat the whole thing without leaving the woods, and you just shoot another one, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, hey guys, if you don't leave this camp and you eat that whole deer, sustainability or whatever, like you get to have another one, right? Like leftovers or
That
to go
would
bag.
that would
you
be
know?
pretty impressive if you guys could have finished off a whole deer
ripped
before a
through,
hunt.
dude. We were eating the hell out of that.
Oh,
deer.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It was like every meal.
Well, and that's the thing. Those blacktails, you're maybe bringing home 40 pounds of meat per
Yeah.
blacktail. So like,
Yeah.
after we split everything evenly, he shot Bambi for one of them. So like,
I know,
he had a little
dude.
bit of a dinky one in there,
Uh-huh.
but like, we brought home probably 50 pounds of meat between the two of us. And, that was good, man.
Yeah.
That's one of the
It's
best
adventure.
tasting deer I've ever eaten. So
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that actually. That they're
Yeah.
really, really, really good.
really good.
Yeah.
My mule deer this year was pretty dang good too.
Where'd you shoot that at?
Up by Craig
Yeah.
here in Colorado.
Mhm.
So, just a rifle hunt. Basically, it's basically what it is. It's a road hunt.
Yeah.
You're driving around until
Yeah.
you see something, hop out and
Yeah.
run a couple 100 yards off the road and take a shot. And
After hunting like an elk season archery,
oh yeah,
I freaking love like a mule deer road hunt.
yeah.
like,
I'm all about it.
I'm like,
man.
this is amazing.
I'm all
dude.
about it.
I've got a warm cup of coffee. Like it's nice. And people will judge, don't you want, maybe more adventure? I'm like, I already had a lot of adventure.
That was my
This is
thing.
adventure for me enough right now. Like we're tired.
Yeah.
You can find your own adventure in it too. Like the ranching for wildlife with my father-in-law.
Yeah.
It's like you got to watch out for getting shot and stuff too. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
You
There's
but
a lot of other dudes out there shooting too.
but you find your pocket because they're like it's pretty easy to go. Okay, no one's going over here, and there's a ton of elk. That was in that Craig area.
Yep.
Just most elk I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you call a guy and he comes with a side by side and winches it up there and takes
Yeah.
it to your truck.
That's
and you go
wonderful.
hike out. And
That's all wonderful.
Oh yeah, that's the best, man.
Yeah. So you became an ambassador and then you got to work with the Hunt Lift Eat
Yep.
team. How many people are on that team, and what's that look like?
As far as where we're at now, I'm not 100% sure. We're pushing 500 back when the team was running full blast.
Really?
When I was heavily involved, and
Wow.
we had like our own social media, like our own like social media website, basically, like all Hunt Lift Eat based. There's an
Damn,
opportunity
dude.
for
I
guys
didn't know
to
it was
get
that big of a
together.
brand. Yeah.
Yeah. They got a pretty big name under them for a
That's
while there.
really cool. And where are they at today? What's their goal as they move forward here? And you've had to move back to adult jobs and
I kind of had to take a big step back. I went out to the Western Hunt,
Western Hunt Expo.
Western Hunt
Utah?
Expo in Utah.
Yep.
I went and worked that with them this year.
Okay.
It was great. It was just a good experience. I love that expo. That
Yeah,
is one of the
that's one of my
most
favorite
fun
expo
expos to go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And now they're based out of Laramie. They got a warehouse up there. They got a whole
Very
gym and
cool.
everything set up there.
Nice.
sweet.
They're kind of pivoting with the team stuff a little bit. I wish I could explain it better of what
Yeah,
they're
sure,
doing
man.
now, but
Yeah.
they're kind of changing some things up a little bit and making it even more interactive than what it used to be. So I think that they're going to be really kind of coming out with some cool new stuff going forward. They're still hammering it with the apparel stuff. They're doing
Yeah.
great with all that.
Good.
We went, so the year that they hired me, we did 35 expos that year. And then we traveled around with Mountain Archery Fest all summer.
Oh, nice.
So I was gone. I mean, that was part of the hard part I had with it, right?
Yeah.
Because I was traveling so much.
Yeah.
I was driving to all the places because I had a trailer with all the equipment and gear and all
Dude,
that
yeah.
stuff. And
Yeah.
funnest time in my life, but at the same time, it was a lot.
That's
it was a
exhausting.
heavy load.
It's a lot. Being on the road
Um,
that much is tough, right?
Yeah, so we cut
It's really
down to
tough.
2 expos this year.
Okay.
So we did the Great American Outdoors Show in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and that's a haul.
I've
in
heard
itself.
that's a whole different show though.
That's a
got,
10-day show.
Yeah.
but it's
So
bigger, like multiples bigger than even the
Yeah.
Western Hunt Expo here.
Yeah, because you're seeing a total of like at least 1.5 million people come through over the course of 2 weekends.
Sounds
and
horrible.
it was brutal.
sounds so
It is brutal.
I'd be wearing like my house slippers if I'm standing in a booth. Like,
oh yeah, and I'm
for
the
2
kind
weeks
of
straight.
guy that's wearing.
I see
boots
that,
all
and
the
I'm like, every
and
time
I'm-
I see dudes in cowboy boots in a booth, I'm like, rookie, dude, or just the toughest son of a bitch in here. You know what I mean?
that's
Because like,
exactly what it
because
is.
it is.
Like
yeah, I'd be wearing like the biggest hokas I could find. You know what I mean? Like,
we
it's
bought
a
these
grind.
nice foam floors that look
Yeah.
like wood flooring.
yeah, that would be key.
and they're
Yeah.
like almost an inch
Triple
thick of
thick,
foam,
yeah.
and it's like if we don't have that, we're not going to survive it.
Standing on concrete, yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you're standing on concrete all day,
Yeah.
like it's a lot, man.
Yeah, I was with another company. I was with Forlow Camo for
Yeah.
maybe about 3-4 months in the midst of all of this because I was
Yeah.
already traveling and doing whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, these are the weekends
sure
that I'm
they're
open.
like-
And they were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, just come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
and they're based out of Whitefish, Montana.
Oh, cool.
So
yeah.
it was cool to kind of see some of the stuff that they went and did.
Yeah.
I mean, the perks of working for a camo company are pretty sweet. Let's just
Dude, I
do
just
that.
noticed you got the Neville brothers on your head there.
I do.
Yeah.
I bought one of their stoves at the Mile High Hunt and Fish Expo. And I've kind of been a little bit in contact with Chris for a little bit here and there.
Yes. Very cool.
That stove is a phenomenal
Is it?
piece of equipment.
It's almost. I need to buy one. Like literally, I kind of talked to him, and they had so many pre-orders. Like I know our team's gonna get a couple.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, sell them, grow the brand.
Yeah.
We'll pick them up on like round 2 or 3 when you get the orders in. Like I don't need it right now.
Yep.
I definitely want it for when I head to Alaska, but
I am using the hell out of it right
really,
now. Oh yeah,
you really enjoyed it. It's.
I got a
looked
fishing
through and I
lease
was like,
earlier this year.
legitimately, like it looks. It is what they say it is, right?
It's everything they say it is.
Yeah.
It was designed for hunters. It works probably for the best for hunters. Like, never had a problem with my jet boil back in the day, but that thing's 15 years old now. So like,
Sparker definitely quit a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I'm using the lighter.
Dude, like, if you see somebody the jet boil that the Sparker still works, like they brag about it. They're like,
oh yeah.
Does yours
I've never
still
had
work?
a spark.
It never even worked from the start.
I've always got the non-sparky.
yeah. Like it's like I have a buddy. He's got me. He's like, Sparker still works on this thing, you know. And I'm like, well, you're one of the only ones. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And nothing against them. Jet boil has served me for
spoiling and stuff.
Yeah, dude, mine's all melted because I like to refuel my canisters. Have you gotten one of those like the refillers that you can just. Yeah, so I've got like my little guy that fits in the jet boil currently is just rusty and nasty, but I'll hit it too hard. What I did is I had the big canister sitting in the sunlight in the window in the garage without thinking. I think it got really hot and just pushed a ton of fuel.
Oh yeah.
And so when I went to light it the first time, wasn't it me and you on your elk hunt?
I think so.
You were like, I thought your hands were gonna like there was just fire all over this thing. So anyway, but back
that
to
was us.
That was us. Yeah. So yeah, on the Rough Ridge stove stuff, man. I mean, so you've been using. You said you had a fishing lease.
Yeah. So kind of up by Severance, there's this little lake called Black Hollow Reservoir up there. My dad had a membership there when he was a kid, or like when he was younger and I was a kid.
Yeah.
And like they had an opportunity come up around Christmas time this year that it's actually 2 of his best friends running the lease now.
Oh, dude.
And they called me on Christmas Eve and were like, hey, we got a good Christmas present for you. And I was like, I don't care what it costs. Here we go.
Yeah.
Like I got a real nice campsite out there. Like
that's sick, dude.
I've been fishing. I've been hitting the walleye hard this year. I probably got like more than my fair share of walleye already.
When you think about walleye in the freezer now, because I haven't done much lake fishing, but I've heard guys either say by pounds or by like liter. Like East Coast guys say
probably,
like I heard a guy say, yeah, I've got 25 liters in the fridge already. I'm like, what? And I think he's
talking like liter bags.
How many
or something
bags?
Like that.
Yeah, but he puts the fish in the bag and then puts water in there and then seals it.
Yeah, I think it keeps it a little bit better if you throw a little bit of water in there.
One big ass ice cube.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So it's full of, like you would think it would like freezer bite it or frostbite it, but it doesn't. He's like, it just keeps all the air out of it.
Yep.
And it's sort of like preserved.
Yeah. It does really well that way with it.
Right.
Generally, I eat it a little bit faster than then it's going to last that way. But like towards the end of this summer, and I'm starting to get back into hunting season, it's going to kind of be like that. Let's
stock up some fish for the winter.
This up and
I just did a big wiper elk trade with a buddy.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, I got too much wiper, and I was like, I got too much meat, so let's trade. And it's been, dude, I've been frying those things. Doing like a little breading, and I thawed some, and then I was getting ready to go on like kind of a little bit of a long fishing trip, and I was like, shoot, I need to cook this up. So it was like my breakfast was the only meal I had.
Yeah.
So my wife comes down, it's like 6:15 in the morning, and I'm frying wiper, in the cast iron. She's like, what are you doing? She's like, also it smells really good. I'm like, and I'm texting our buddy Jason Ellsworth, right? And so I'm like, bro, okay, I'm doing this wiper because he's old school. And he's like, oh, beer batter stale. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I was like, quick and dirty, right? Just eggs, flour, salt and pepper in the fryer. And then he said, like, don't put them on napkins, put them on like a grate so that they drain and dry. But it was killer. I ate a lot of wiper for breakfast, like a lot.
That's how it should be, man.
But
That's how it
yeah,
should be.
but you're catching walleye out there.
Walleye, smallmouth. I caught a 22-inch smallmouth out of there about a week ago.
Damn,
That's
dude.
a big smallie.
You fishing out of a boat? What are we fishing out of?
Fishing out of a paddle boat right now. I gotta get my boat
nice.
fixed up. I got a bit of a project to go on my boat. Motor got
projects on
busted.
boats. Yeah,
It's a
I'm
problem.
and my wife told me the other day, she's like, you like always have a boat project going. I'm like, that's because it's boats. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what it is. If it's a drift boat or a raft or
Yeah.
an outboard, it doesn't. You're always working on it.
Yep. And I'm the way I'm looking at it with the paddle boat right now. It's like, well, I'm gonna get in
That's your
shape for elk
conditioning.
season real
Yeah,
well. Like,
yeah.
it's not a small lake, so I mean, it's a good 30-minute
Wind
paddle
picks
across.
up, and you're like, okay, we're gonna get a
I'm
boatload
not
of conditioning today. Yeah.
I guess I'm fishing on the other side of the lake. I'm not getting across.
That's where the food's at.
Yeah.
You get a hiking that day then too.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're fishing off a paddle board?
Paddle boat. Like
Paddle
the
boat. Oh, no way,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Where'd you get one of those?
It came
Like-
at the campsite. The old tenants just left it. That was just
like those ones you like used to rent for $1 at like the fair,
like
and
the
you
little
like go out on
yeah,
the little kid
kids
legs,
boat. Yeah.
and it just looks like a little bike, and you're like,
Yep.
tick, 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 tick.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, it's your lease. You do what you want with it. right?
At the end of the day, I'm gonna be ready for elk season this year. Although all I
As you
drew
can
was
pedal up
preference
there.
points this year.
As
So.
long as you can pedal up, you'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah.
But the legs are feeling good already.
You didn't draw anything else? We just got this
Nothing
back
this year.
yesterday and today. Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Yeah. It's been fun
All
kind of getting
preference
those
points.
texts from the buddies like, hey, I got this, or I got I got nothings this year from
There was a
buddies.
lot of nothings this year.
Yeah. I
My
drew a
entire crew got
third
nothings.
season rifle tag for Unit 7 up here.
Okay.
Which was my third choice.
Yep.
So I went for like big, like Unit 20 archery thinking, I knew I wouldn't get it. I was really looking for a point, but I was like, dude, I might as well try.
Yeah.
So didn't get that. I forget what my second choice was. I think first season Unit 7 rifle.
Yeah.
And then third choice was third season.
Yep.
Because it's a third, yeah.
I did find a
The
little
second season I'm committed to taking some buddies to an over-the-counter unit and
Yep.
doing that.
So I did find a good Eastern Plains honey hole. So that's kind of my plan this
Yeah.
year is that sealess Eastern Plains tag.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
I'm just gonna stay on that one for now. I'll
Yeah.
go pick up an over the counter
Don't
archery
talk
tag.
about
but
it. I've done
no,
a bad
we're
job
just-
of protecting spots on
No,
the
and
podcast,
I-
dude.
I'll pause this real quick. Will you pull your mic down?
Oh, so we can see his face a little bit, huh? I was thinking that too.
Perfect.
Better?
Oh yeah, now we can see that.
Sorry, I should have stopped earlier. I didn't see. But
No,
go
it's all
for
right.
it.
No, dude, we're back.
I
We
didn't
had to
want Ryan to give a
adjust.
spot away.
Yeah, we don't want to give a spot away. We had to adjust the mic because we want to see Garrett's little mustache there. He's got that the disgust tag.
It does look very good. I'm
Good for the
very
ladies. It's
impressed
good
with
for the
it.
ladies.
That was
though, huh?
recognizable around for the hunting industry stuff for a little while.
At his house, I was like, he's got a good mustache.
He's got a nice, that's a nice
It's in the
mustache,
trees.
dude.
I like it. Got it.
Yeah, we don't want that hidden. That's right. So we had to.
I got
do a
gray
little
and the
mic
rest of
adjust.
the beard starting to come in, so
Oh,
all that's
dude.
left is the mustache.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so
Yeah,
okay,
It's
so
the last remnant from the fire department days when I was a kid. So.
okay, I
Yeah.
like it. So
There
you were
we
in the
go.
fire. You were in the fire department early on.
Yep.
Then electrician. It sounds like.
Yep.
Sweet.
Then hunt, lift, eat.
Yep.
And now we're working with.
I'm a general contractor
Yeah.
with Hall Irwin Corporation now.
You guys
so.
are laying pavement.
Uh,
It's all aggregate, right? Hallworn.
so we used to be a lot of aggregate. Now we're mostly general contracting for
Oh, really?
land development and commercial buildings.
So lateral improvement stuff, and then you're going
vertical as well. Yep.
Okay.
I mostly got brought on as a vertical superintendent. So,
Very cool.
Sweet.
but I'm
Very
starting
cool.
to learn the land dev stuff because work is slow.
Yeah.
We burned through everything with the
Yep.
very mild winter we had this year.
Yeah, that's
so.
one of our companies we do a lot of commercial roofing, and a lot of
Yep.
jobs that were supposed to be like July 15, August 1st.
Yep.
We're in the middle of now. What the problem is, they all stacked up at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And then freaking ice took a couple of our crews away yesterday.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
They come
yeah.
through our projects maybe once or twice a month. So,
Dude,
and then it's like everybody scatters.
I'm gonna have to marry a couple of those guys. I don't know
I didn't know that.
how many you can marry or not, but like, I'm gonna have to, yeah,
Claim polygamy.
claim polygamy and marry a couple of those guys if we're not gonna get this work done.
Yeah.
But so cool. So you're back to the adult job now.
Yep.
But
Unfortunately.
still hunting stuff, right?
Yep.
I mean, that was part of your blood to start with.
Yep.
Where'd you pick up the hunting thing, man?
So my dad always got me into it as a kid. We started with a lot of the local stuff around here, like goose hunting, duck hunting, pheasant hunting, all that kind of stuff. He went and got a German wire hair when I was like 4 years old. So
yeah.
that was kind of the real kickoff to it. Was he wanted to work that dog all the time.
Yep.
And then I got to high school. He took me on an elk hunt, and it was all over from there, man.
You were hooked.
Yeah.
Well, and I was that athletic little kind of that athletic little bastard when I was in high school. So I was
Yeah.
playing hockey, track and field, cross country,
Nice.
you name it. I was trying to do the
Yeah.
sport at a certain
Yeah.
point, and that's what I went to college to go do.
Oh, really? Where'd you go to college? And what'd you do? Because you limped a lot of things there.
So
Were you
I
playing
went
hockey?
went to Northern Arizona University to go play
Hey, you.
hockey.
Okay, yeah.
Dropped out of school after 6-7 months in it.
Right, because
and
it's school. And
at school, and I got offered a position with a semi-pro team that was just down the road.
Oh,
from there.
really?
So I was like,
so you went pro.
I did.
We're gonna say you went pro.
I
No
lasted.
semi needed.
I lasted about 7 games and actually got hurt playing against the Eagles here.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yep. So I got
What'd
my
you do?
sternum broken, and I had 4 ribs
How do you
broken
break
in
a
the same.
sternum, dude?
Well, there's a guy that's about your size that elbowed me square in the middle of the chest. And
That's
when I
messed
came
up.
down, my elbows were pinched on the sides, and he
Like, you're like,
landed
"I can't
right on
move."
top
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah.
No way.
And crushed 4 ribs while he was at it, and
Oh,
that was it, man.
that's a career ender, huh?
That's a career ender. So it was
Damn,
fun,
dude. So you were good.
decent,
Well,
at least decent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was tiny. I was like 140 pounds soaking wet at that
Yeah,
time in my
but
life. and,
slippery.
Just a
Slippery.
little guy. I
Yeah,
could get
dude.
under some of
That's
those big
what's
dudes.
kind of crazy about hockey is that from the, as a, when you're watching it, it kind of all looks the same.
Yep.
But like for you guys, I'm aware that like, yeah, you got like the big enforcers that are
Yep.
slow, but then you got these other dudes that are just like zipping around.
Yep.
It's a cool sport in that way. It's a
Yeah.
little bit like basketball,
Some of them are smaller than you think too. Like
Yeah.
Carr's a little dude.
Yeah.
He seems massive.
One of the best players of all time was Martin St. Louis. He was like 5'5", 5'6", and like
Dude.
150 pounds when he was playing like in the NHL.
That's
And that was
Puck's not
during, like-
big, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's just about getting that little guy past the goalie, right? It isn't.
Yep. And that was during like during the ages of when it wasn't a fast game. It was all the
Yeah.
big guys. It was as many guys as you could go find at like the local boxing club and teach them how to skate in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So did you have fun watching Olympics this year then?
I enjoyed the hell out of the Olympics this
Yeah,
year. That was
I
a lot
bet
of
you did.
fun. It
Yeah.
was depressing to watch the Avs lose this last week. That was
Yeah, I was gonna.
That was a
ask- I don't-
heartbreaker.
I don't follow. I'm not a sports guy.
okay.
I know it's weird because everybody looks at me and I have that size that they go, yeah, you
You must like football.
must love football, right? And yeah, my son is like gonna play as a freshman this year, and dude, the playbook they have to memorize is huge. And
Yeah.
he's like, Dad, tell me what this all means. I'm like, I don't know what this all means. I was like, see that lineman guy? See how he does the same thing every time? You know what I mean? I was like, that was me, buddy. Like, you line up, there's a guy in front of you, you slow him down. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my job. Like, you got all kinds of stuff going on here.
In
You-
the 90s, it wasn't a scheme into the.
yeah, there wasn't a lot of scheme. We ran the freaking option. You know what I mean? It was like, it was dive right or dive left, right? And
Oh,
that
yeah.
was all you needed to know.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, I was
That's
like,
funny.
buddy, we didn't have a playbook, bud. We weren't that smart. You had holes 1, 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like 1, 3, 5, and 0, what?
2-4.
2, 4. That's all I need to know. Dive right, 2 or 2. So I don't even remember how it was. Yeah.
There's a guy right in front of you. Stop him.
100%. Yeah. So
Use
yeah.
your big ass body.
Uh-huh.
to
Pretty-
move their big ass bodies out of
yeah, man. Yeah.
Protect
So,
your little guys.
Yes, I'm not a sports guy. Despite
We'll go
that,
over
yeah,
some
I know
playbooks.
you'll
Yeah.
get him dialed. I told him like you got some uncles that'll get you dialed in. So, but yeah, so the Avs lost, huh? Like weren't they like
got
supposed to like
swept. They got
chew
swept
in,
by
like-
Vegas.
everybody was like the Avs are just gonna sweep this whole thing.
I don't know what happened, man. I think
That's
that it
sports.
was,
Why it's fun to watch, right?
yeah, that's exactly it. It's the idea of any given Sunday, right? Like anything could happen any day.
Yeah,
Injuries come
up a lot.
It was like a perfect storm, and
just a couple guys get
and
hurt.
they're in a
the
perfect
team-
storm too. Like they fired their coach 8 days before the playoffs, and they got a new coach.
What?
Vegas
the
was
Vegas
on.
did?
Vegas made was supposed to miss playoffs,
Yeah, fired a coach.
and they somehow turned it around, made playoffs,
What?
and now they're probably the heavy favorite to win the Stanley Cup this
And
year.
that coach that got fired has got to be thinking like,
This was all my fault.
yeah, like I did all of that.
I should get
Yeah.
a ring. I think he does get a ring technically.
I'd take that ring.
No, actually,
He's on the roster when it starts.
I don't know about that.
There's a lot of things we say in this podcast we want to Google after.
I don't
You
know how
know,
hockey.
at least we're not
pretty-
talking about doctor stuff.
Hockey's a little different, I guess. They're
Yeah.
pretty old school. Like you don't get to touch that cup unless you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a little different. I
Right.
think as far as NFL, yeah, I think there's hundreds of rings that go out during the year.
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I taught with a gal whose husband was a ref in a Super Bowl, and she had a ring around her neck. And I was like, "That's cool, Schmitzy." You know what I mean?
That is awesome.
Big. Yeah. So
Um,
so yeah,
sports
dude.
guy.
I'm so sorry, guys. So injury took you out of pro hockey. I'm saying
Yep.
pro hockey.
Yep.
And yeah, well,
So
that's kind of a cool journey.
firefighting. We love firefighters.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I decided to
Calendar.
go the firefighting route after I kind of came back from that injury. It took maybe like 3 months before I was like kind of back up to where I could
Right.
like breathe normally again. And it was like,
Oh,
I really
dude.
don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
So let's try to find something different. I know I'm not smart enough to go to school, so I wasn't gonna go try to like.
I get you there, dude.
I wasn't gonna go try to force school to happen again.
Yeah.
And so I just went the firefighting
You
route.
kind of look at your hands and you go, well, the old brain. Like, so I got these things. You
This-
know what I mean? I got it
This would
back
look
on
really
me.
good with a hammer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the route that I decided to go.
Yep.
Kind of similar deal. Like after 4 or 5 years doing that, I ended up getting hurt again. Had a back injury.
Damn, bro.
Just goofy freak accident kind of thing.
Yeah. And in the fire department, had you been in maybe 10 or 12 years, they would have probably reallocated you with the back injury to something else, right?
Yeah.
Like you did been a fire inspector or something like that. But
something
I'm
a little
assuming early
different.
in the career with an injury,
Yep.
there's not as much kind of like pull to get you.
Yeah,
stay on.
and I had just gotten to a point of becoming a career firefighter instead of
Yeah.
being like part-time or volunteer or anything
Yeah.
like that. And just kind of a good time to walk away from it. My
Yeah.
dad had passed away right at that time too. So that was
I'm
kind of
sorry,
like
man. You said that's 10 years ago.
man.
Yep.
Right about now, right?
Yep, it would have been 10 years ago this month. So
Dang, bud.
And that changed the course of my life entirely. I mean,
Yeah.
God has a way of working in really weird ways. So that back injury culminated with a DUI, unfortunately, when I was 24.
Because we're idiots when we're young.
Yeah, we're dumb.
Yeah.
And when you're a firefighter, you kind of have this little bit of an ego of like, oh, I should go to the bars and maybe I could meet a girl that like is into firefighters.
Likes firefighters.
Yeah. And that was the whole
Yeah.
deal. And it was
Yeah.
New Year's Day. I was driving home after a night of drinking and fell asleep at the wheel.
Really? Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Just bad circumstance.
Yeah.
That I mean, it probably saved my life though.
A
Like I
wake-up
said,
call.
God works in a way that we
Yeah,
have no comprehension.
He sometimes
of.
punches you right in the teeth, right?
Yeah, because like
Oftentimes punches you in the
4
teeth.
months later is when my dad passed away after my DUI.
Really?
So I had to be sober through all of that because I was going through all the DUI stuff of
Yeah.
probation,
Yeah.
all the like therapy stuff you end up having to go through. And it was like, I mean, I was put in a scenario by God in that moment that it was like I could deal with what happened with my dad in a situation that I wouldn't have just gone and try to find the bottom of a bottle or like gotten into drugs or whatever could have happened in that time, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, because at 24, to have the clearest mind that you could have.
Yeah. It wouldn't have happened if I wasn't
Yeah.
like going through all that stuff. So,
Totally.
I mean, it was probably, honestly, my DUI was probably the best thing that ever happened to me in my life at that given time.
Isn't it funny how stuff like that happens to people and it takes time sometimes to look back and they go, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. You know, a wake up call, big shift in life.
Absolutely.
It's always hard to like talk to guys though that are going through that and going like, hey, you might not believe me now,
Yeah.
but like someday you're going to look back and be like, I'm really grateful for this moment. It sucked, but
well, and you get a lot of guys that do go through that, right? That do go get a DUI and they're just like, I just got to get through this. Like, this is just a hurdle to jump
It's not
over.
a
And I
wake
can
up
go
call for
back
them.
to my life.
Yeah.
And I took it very seriously at that time where I was like, you know what? Like, I really need to take a look at myself in a lot of this. I need to take this time and like reevaluate what it is that I want out of my life. I'm 24 and I'm goofing around like that. Like, maybe it's time I try to figure this out a little bit more. And so then I that's when I started getting into construction stuff at that time. Got to be an electrician. Kind of bounced around from different trades to different trades for a little while there, just kind of learn it all.
Sure.
Because ultimately the goal was to get the job that I have now.
Build big stuff.
Build big stuff and be the one running the whole job site. So,
and it helps to know when you know like who's full of shit when they're talking to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can even just backing them up. So like some of these guys, they're pretty new in their own positions themselves.
Right.
So like if I know it, then I can help teach them, help get them through the finish line. We can build this building right and at least build a building that's not going to fall down some years down the road.
And construction seems to allow a guy quite a bit of time to be able to go hunting if he needs to, right?
Yeah, I get like 3
schedule.
weeks of vacation time a year.
Yeah.
And I don't got a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. No nothing. No kids. So it's all my vacation time is saved for September.
Yeah.
And then I'll take some 4 or 5 day weekends throughout the rifle seasons and stuff.
Yep.
So
Yep.
It's what it needs to be for now.
It is. Yeah. I mean, that's a prerequisite for us when we hire guys now is like they cannot be a bow hunter because we already
Rings
have.
people in September.
Oh, dude,
anyway.
the office is already so empty in September as it
Yeah.
is that we're like, hey, man, you're more than welcome to rifle hunt all you want.
Yeah.
But like, I can't have you shooting a bow. Like,
Yeah.
just don't even pick one up if you
Yep.
want this job, because we need people to hold this place down in September because we disappear. You
Yep.
know, it's crickets in there. So
I think I'm the only person that hunts at my company. There's one other
that's
guy, and he's
beautiful.
more of a rifle guy, and he does the late season stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
He owns a property up in Unit 7, so like
Yeah.
he's all about the late season stuff on his own property. and
Stuff
it's
gets
like,
pushed on, and
Yeah. he can
Yeah.
cover for me when I'm gone basically all of
That's
September.
awesome.
There you
so-
go.
Yeah, you got to get a little agreement there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you've got a month season and he's got like a 6-day window.
Yeah.
And like, that feels fair, right?
That's a good trade-off. That's a real good trade-off.
Yep.
He's got older kids anyways, so most of his summers he's doing
Yeah.
stuff with them and
Yep.
going on family vacations and
Yep.
poor suckers.
I know. It's the best thing you'll ever do. It's work though.
Yeah.
You know, it is real work.
Yep.
So,
I
yeah.
my my ex-girlfriend, her 16-year-old son, him and I have a great relationship with each other
Yeah.
now, where like that's my little hunting buddy when it comes to,
Oh, nice.
to hunting season
Yeah.
and stuff
There you
like
go.
that. Like he just came out 2 weeks ago to go to a men's conference at my church and everything like that too.
Oh, nice.
So
And where's that at?
Sweet.
What
Flatirons
church?
community.
Yeah, I saw that. That's something. Is that
Yep.
like part of a men's group or something? Like,
Yeah, the Thin
everybody
Red Line
know-
was basically taking an oath that we're going to do the best that we can to be the men that we're supposed to be for our
Yeah.
country, our families,
Yeah.
and ourselves, and for
Yeah.
God, most importantly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was buddy with a guy named Charles. Oh, what was Charles's name? He moved to the East Coast, but he went same church, same thing, same bracelet.
Yep.
I met him. We did a bunch of honor flights together where you take World War II, Korea War, Vietnam guys to
Yep.
Washington, D.C. for like a 3-day trip.
Yep.
So me and him kind of teamed up, buddied up on a lot of those trips.
That's awesome.
Where you kind of you become kind of a travel partner with those older men. You
Yeah.
know, I call it like wiping the ass of freedom, you
Yeah.
know, because that's kind of what you're doing. You're just, you know, and those guys can sit on a toilet for a long time. I had one
You
dude,
up a lot of ass.
I had one dude fall asleep on the toilet. I thought he died on me.
Oh shit.
I'm like sitting in the room, and dude, this room, for one, the room was 97 degrees because when you get to be like almost 100, like you're cold all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, Bill. I'm like, here's all my blankets. Like I'm sleeping. I slept on the bed like just nothing, like just me and
Big
my
ass
tidy
knee
whities,
pain.
just tidy whities, me spread out on the bed, like try, don't die, don't die, don't die. And Bill's like still over there. It's cold in here. I'm like, Bill, there's nothing I can do, man. This thing is redlined. You know what I mean? Oh man. But yeah, he went to the bathroom, and I'm just like watching TV, and I'm like watching my clock. I'm like, I don't want to be rude, right? He
Yeah.
needs his time. And like, dude, 30 minutes later, I'm like, I better go. I'm like, please don't be dead, dude. Please don't be dead. And I'm like, knock on the door, and he's like, oh, what? And I'm like, Billy, you okay? He's like, oh, I fell asleep. And I'm like, oh, like, and I was like, you good? He's like, oh, I'm fine. But dude, those trips are
Dead legs.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And yeah, but it's cool, man. I mean, I had some crazy experiences on those where I had one guy, he wasn't my guy, so we were standing around. What do you call the Iwo Jima Memorial? I mean, it's the Marines Memorial, but it's the Iwo Jima where they're standing the flag up.
raising the flag.
Yeah,
Good question.
yeah. I mean, when you're in DC, it's called them. It's just I think it's just the Marines.
Memorial.
It's the
Iwo
Marines
Jima.
Memorial, and it's the Iwo Jima, flag deal. And I had this old dude, and I'm standing next to him, and you're just kind of, they're just kind of like, please don't trip, because they're all
Yeah.
these guys. And so that's what I spend most of my time, like, kind of like, I'm going to catch one.
Ready to catch guys.
Catch one, yeah. And I'm like, drink your water. You know what I mean? Drink your water, don't fall. And but I was standing next to one of these dudes, and he like shuffles to the right and the back a little bit, shuffles over, and he goes, right here. And I'm like, what do you mean right here? And he goes, this is where I was standing. And he's like, no, that wasn't so-and-so. That was Steve something, you know? And I had to look it up, but it's true,
Yeah.
right? Like a lot of the guys in that sculpture are not the guys that stood the flag.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, so many of those like stories just all over the place like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the Naval Museum, and there's like a 20 mil? Kind of, it's like a 20 mil. It's kind of a cannon / gun, like off the ship.
Yeah.
But dude, these dudes, like, they weren't on the same ship together, but they all kind of figured out like, well, my job was, I was like, he said he was like a center. He would hike. It's like hiking a football, basically.
Okay.
So he would stand here in the box, these 20 mils, grab it, hand to the next guy. The next guy would then jam it and load it. And then the other guy was like the guy sitting on this like little, like those John Deere metal seats that are just the most uncomfortable thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
So you'd sit on that, and you had two like cranks here, like, and one would rotate you this way and one would rotate you up and down.
Yeah.
And you had like this little kind of aiming thing.
Yeah.
And these old dudes, I mean, none of them younger than 85 probably. like one gets up on his thing. He's like, I used to sit here. And the other guy's like, I would load here.
Yeah.
And they were reenacting it for me. I'm like, this is the greatest thing that's ever,
That's so cool.
Oh, it was so sick.
badass.
And
That's
I'm going,
sweet.
you guys were probably all 18 to 21 at the most.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, probably 17, some of those kids.
Yeah.
And just tough sons of bitches, man.
Tough.
Like, just, I said on there, I was like,
Across
this
the
is
country.
hard
Yeah.
work. Like, I'm a strong dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it would take me 5 minutes to get over to, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm going, the seat is tiny. It's nothing
Yeah.
is comfortable about anything that those guys had to work on, work with, live in, sleep in. It was
Nothing.
all hard. But I don't know.
Different
That's
generation, man.
absolutely, man.
Absolutely different
And
generation.
just badasses.
yeah.
Just
you know?
badasses.
And we kind of need our men to get back to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Us
a
and
lot
the
of
generation
our
below us, yeah.
generation and a lot of the people in this age these
Mhm.
days are like, it's like 25 or 26 before men are kind of starting to act like think that they should start acting like
Yeah.
men.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
we're sending guys off to war at 18, 19 years old.
They
in
were
World
signing
War
up
II,
early,
and, yeah,
sneaking onto boats at 16,
yeah, they were
17.
finding ways to get on,
Yeah.
to go to war, and now it's
Yeah.
like everybody's finding their way out of it. Now.
Yeah, they would all
Um,
sign up for the Merchant Marines, you know, because I think you could become a Merchant Marine at like 17.
Yeah,
And so they would kind of go sign up for that, and then they would get over there and get transferred and like, oh,
Yep.
yeah, I'm good. And they'd
Yeah.
end up fighting, you know.
Yep.
I mean, lots of stories like that, man. It's crazy. But yeah, it's that path to manhood today is very blurry.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find. I think us as men raising sons, that's a challenge we face, right?
Yeah.
It's a real challenge because it's not, you know, especially my son, he's 14, and they are more concerned with their peer group and how they appear in their peer group than they are with anything else. Like,
Yeah.
I am
100%.
5th or 20th on the list. I don't know where,
yeah,
but I'm definitely not the top, right? And that's the battle you fight when you're raising a young man. Not every father has to deal with that, but you know, a lot of fathers with their son, like they care more about what the girls think and what their buddies think at school. And so when those buddies aren't on a path to what starts to look like manhood,
Yep.
you know, it's tougher to do, but it's good. You know, we had a conversation this week about, I feel I probably shouldn't talk about my daughter's love life, you know. She's 17, you know, poor thing.
It's like cutting spots. I would.
It's like hunting spots. Anyway,
I might steer clear of it.
yeah, she's talking to a guy. That's what they say these days. We're talking,
Yeah.
right? That's what they say. You
Yeah.
probably say that because that's
I mean, unfortunately, if in the single world of being 35, I'd never wish this on even my worst enemy right now.
dude. Yeah. You're either looking at being like a stepfather or just going to the crazy ones.
Yeah, or you just
Yeah.
think, well, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the woods this year.
Yeah. But she made a comment about, she said, I want to find a guy that's like you and your friends, you know, guys that care about being, she specifically said, strong, you know, and caring about their bodies, not, you know, no drugs, no drinking.
Yeah.
And just the part of being like you and all of your friends. And she said specifically my uncles, and I realized, I was like, dude, your especially daughter, like her standard for what a man is going to come not just from you. It comes from you and the men you tolerate around you.
Yep.
And so like, maybe I hold a high standard, but if I tolerate 10 other men around me that don't hold a high standard, then she thinks, well, that's okay to tolerate as well.
Yeah.
But in her mind now, she goes, this is the lowest, you know what I mean?
This is the lowest
This is
bar
the
of
lowest
men
acceptable
Yep.
version of what it means to be a man,
Yep.
right? And not that I mean, I cry in front of her, especially if it's any movie with a dad daughter and she's
Yeah.
leaving the home. I'm a
100%.
crybaby, dude. So, I mean, she sees the sensitive side too, but I think she's seen by the men that I tolerate around me that this is my standard. And so
Yep.
then they adopt, and my son is the same way, right? And so whether or not I've done a good job, I don't know, but at least he has in his mind a standard for what it means to be
Yep.
an acceptable low bar.
Well, and it's
Which is
that
pretty damn
idea
high for my group.
of you're the product of the 5 people you spend your most time around, right? So
1000%.
your like best friends that you spend the majority of your time
Mhm.
with, what's from the time you're like starting out in high school, basically, till
Yeah.
like even now, like I still my 2 best friends are from when I was like in kindergarten and 2nd grade.
Yep.
And they like that is the definition of what I look like. I look at them and I'm like, you're the kind of dad I would want to be. You're the kind of
Mhm.
like man I would want to raise my
Yep.
kids to be. Like
Yep.
that's the standard.
Yeah.
And they're all good men. They have good heads on their shoulders. They like, I mean, they don't do anything drastically crazy. You know, a couple of them might have a few extra beers on a Friday night.
Sure.
Whatever. Like that's not the
Right.
worst at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
They do what's
Yeah.
best for their family.
Yeah.
They're responsible in
Yep.
their beliefs, and they
Yep.
hold to their their
Yeah.
values and their standards.
Yeah.
They don't let anything slide.
There's some quote that says something to the effect of like monotony is the key to success, right? And it's
Mhm.
monotony is it rhymes, but it's true. Like it's like master the monotonous, right?
Yep.
Is a thing. And it's so true where, you know, if you whatever success means to you, because so many people think of it as financial success, which is way, way, way off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In fact, if you do the other stuff, the financial side tends to come.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just man, it's just like if you can get to really, really master the monotony of dude, fitness is a big one,
Yeah.
right? Like my rule has always been just touch the bar.
Yeah.
That's it. You've seen the weight room, it's right behind us here. And it's
Yep.
like it's not always pretty when I go in there. Today it was just stretching and mobility.
Yeah.
Like I just, you know, been going pretty hard and like the body just I walked in, I was like the body says, I'd love to see my hips like move a little bit today. So
Yeah.
dude, I just did 45 minutes of what I imagine yoga looks like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And but it feels great, right? And so it's just that, yeah, that those men that you look up to and I look up to that we want around us, like it's not often like this crazy big, big, big stuff.
No.
It's just every day they hold the line.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting just to when you put that into perspective and take the 5,000-foot view on everything, and like that's to me where you define your success. It's who you surround yourself with. It's how well you're raising your kids. Like you said, the financial stuff doesn't matter. What are your values? What are the things that
Right.
matter the most to you? What
Yeah.
are the things that matter to your wife and your kids? Like,
Yeah.
if you're doing right by all of those, and that, in my mind, you're successful, you could be making 10 grand a year. And shit, when I was
Absolutely.
working in the hunting industry stuff, I felt very fulfilled in my life.
Yeah.
I was doing things that I loved to do. I felt like that I was doing things that would have made my dad proud in those moments. And like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was making like 30 grand a year. So I went and picked up a guiding job like
Yeah.
Yeah.
during the hunting seasons.
Yep.
Like I was doing horseback guiding. So I like did all the rodeo stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I get to spend my life on horseback
Yeah.
and get to take guys out in the woods. Some like they're taking their kids on their first hunts that want to
Right.
like get the Western experience. They're all coming from the East Coast,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing these guys like the way that they like father their families while they're out in the woods. And it's like, man, you guys have got this whole success thing figured out. now.
Yeah.
Like getting to see that
Absolutely.
and like kind of getting that rewarding side of it for myself where it was like, okay, you know, I'm fulfilling what makes me happy in this. Like
Yeah.
can't support a family doing this by any means. So it's kind
No.
of time to like that's when I was like, man, maybe I should go get a big boy job again. But
Right.
it was like this is fulfilling. This is
Yeah.
successful in my mind.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
one of my really good buddies, Kiefer, he has made his entire life all about guiding. Like
Yeah.
he went and guided New Zealand in the spring. He guides, I mean, he probably guides 300 days a year.
That's incredible.
He's found a way to make it work.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to die a rich man, but he's going to
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
he's going to
but-
have had his experience. He
Yeah.
loves the life that he lives.
Yep.
And he gets to see the happiness that gets brought by like a successful hunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's what it's all about for him. And that's
Absolutely.
he'll have a hard time with a family, I'm sure, if he settles
Yeah, if
down
he
with a
does
woman
that.
and like does all
That'll
that.
probably end the guide life.
It might end it a little
will.
bit,
I mean,
or he
it's-
might buy an outfit and take
Yeah,
over
then-
more of the management side
Yeah.
of it, where like
do that.
he doesn't have to be in the woods 300 days a year. That might kill him if he ever decides to go
Yes,
that route.
yes.
But I think that's so cool for me to see that
Yeah.
from him.
But it's key to do that when you can too. Like I've definitely noticed that. Like as I'm 12 years old in Tyrel, right at 46, and like kind of thinking, man, I better get out there and climb some more mountains, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be able to do this for. You see the occasional. We had Wayne Endicott on a couple weeks ago, and Wayne's got to be probably that 56 to 60. I don't know how old he is, and he's still stomping around.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's built different too, right? I'm
Yeah.
not built like that. I mean, he's a machine. And so I'm aware that like if I have 10 more years of me, 10 more Septembers of like getting up to 11, 12,000 feet, I'd be lucky to do that.
Yeah.
And so just really slowing down and cherishing those moments, going like, you don't know when it's going to be the last time that you could sit up on a ridge at 11,000, 12,000, whatever feet and look out on a mountain, whole mountain range, let
Yeah.
alone just one mountain. Right. And so, yeah, man, just making sure I take the time lately just to enjoy that. Right.
Well, and preparing yourself to be able to do that for that long, right? Like, my dad was 58 when he passed away of a heart attack, and it was. I'll tell you right now that for me, that was one of the toughest but most relieving moments in my life, because I never had to make a hard call of putting him into a nursing home. I never had to make the hard call of like being his caretaker and like seeing the man that I've always looked at as like Superman now be anything less than that.
He never got that weak, frail.
Yep. And
Yeah.
he was a diabetic and he was an alcoholic, so he made some choices there that like he could have like things could have gone differently.
Yeah. I mean, you would almost assume definitely they would.
Yeah.
Nothing against him.
No,
but it's just there's rules to this game, and
and him and my mom had gotten divorced like 6 months before he died. So it was like all in this short time frame, my whole life flipped on its head.
Damn, dude.
When my dad passed, I had to do CPR on him.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy, right? Like you'd never want to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I couldn't be more grateful for he never had to have a moment where he had to question, oh, can I go do this still? Can I still go like out in the woods? Because he was running half marathons and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
And he was like, he was still
pretty fit.
Once he got diagnosed with diabetes, he started taking his.
He was that guy running half marathons. Like, how is this guy beating me right now?
He was
I've done a couple like 5Ks. That's
290, 300 pounds.
6'10"?
Yeah. He's just a monster. And I was adopted, so I didn't get any of that.
Oh, really? Some people like Tyrel has the same issue with me because, like,
I just said they ate all the food, but I don't get that blood.
Yeah, because he's adopted a different. His mom and my dad got married, and then dad adopted Tyrel, and he came. We said this last time or 2 podcasts ago, but you might have been.
I think that's baby.
4 months. 6 months, 8 months. You weren't baby. You were really little. You might have been 1.
I don't remember shit.
Of course, you don't remember. I could look back at some pictures. We could. Your mom would.
Yeah, but I think like I have a birth. I think Jimbo's name hit on it. I was pretty young.
Yeah,
like 1-ish or so.
Yeah. But it's so we run into that a lot, right? Where people like your brother's like, what the hell happened to you? You know? And we do say that because we get progressively smaller, and so it's not gonna work. But it's just like, I ate all the food.
I bullied him out of the feed trough.
Totally.
The Russian stacking dolls.
Yeah, we get that one a lot too. Yeah. So dad was a monster, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
just
a big boy.
You said, like, you said something to the effect. You said, "I'm doing stuff that make my dad proud."
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm sure that crosses your mind a lot, right?
100%.
Would it make the old man proud?
Well, and I have his job at his company. So like, he was a superintendent for Hall Irwin for 30 years before he passed away.
Okay.
And so like when the opportunity came up, it was kind of a crazy experience going back to the whole church stuff. I had gotten baptized at the men's group that they do up in the mountains every year. They do the Rocky Mountain Men's Summit through Flatirons. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with Pastor Joby Martin out of Florida.
I'm not.
He's a big outdoors advocate. He's like very much like men should be men kind of pastor. Like great guy. Like I met him through some of the other guys in the hunting industry that I've gotten to be friends with. Well, he ended up baptizing me up there.
How old were you when you got baptized?
I was 30. Would have been 32, I think. 33.
Yeah. So.
No, it would have been 33. So
3 years ago.
Yep, 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago now.
How's that journey been?
It's been wild.
Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
No. About 4 days later, I was just kind of had one of those days. I was kind of going through it with an ex-girlfriend at the time, and like just was praying that I was like, God, I don't know what you have in store for me, but like I'm just going to give all control to you and let whatever's going to happen.
Right.
And I was flying out to Houston the next day with the camo company, and I missed my flight by 9 minutes. Ran into the vice president of the company that I'm currently working for in the airport of all places. And I'm usually a guy wearing a cowboy hat when I'm out in out in public.
Yeah.
So I kind of stand out in the airport a little bit.
Yeah.
And he was like he yelled my name across like 3 gates. Really? And I was like, well, I got to wait like 3 hours till my next flight. Our gates were right next to each other. He's like, well, let's have a beer and just talk for a little bit.
Yeah.
By the end of the conversation, he offered me my current job, and it was like 5-time annual salary like raise at that point. And it was like all the things fell into line at that point. And I was like, okay, well, I guess this is how I ended up with my dad's job. And like,
you missed a plane
by 9 minutes.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's
crazy,
one of those things that like the only way you can explain it is that's something God did in that moment.
Yeah. And I'm always careful to not like abuse that statement, because so many people will be like, I found this bread on sale. It was a God thing, you know. And you're like, oh, I mean, maybe, yeah, but like, I'm like, maybe I'm saving that for like those big moments, right?
Big
where you
moments.
just go like it was an intervention of some sort. And, here you are. And
Well,
then
and I
direction
think even
shift,
like
boom.
the way that you were talking about like how your daughter looks at like the people you spend your time around,
Yes.
that to me is a God moment. That's
Yeah.
God saying that you're doing something right in your life to
Yeah.
help dictate where her life is going to go.
Yeah. Which
Um,
is huge, man. Cause like, you know, having kids, Tyrel, I know we've talked about this, like you doubt yourself so often as a father. You're like, am I screwing up?
Oh, I
What
can
have I
only
done?
imagine.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's hard.
and then you get glimpses of like, oh wait, maybe I'm doing okay.
I know.
And
Yeah.
then kids being kids, like 18 minutes later, you're like, nope, I screwed up. You know,
This is bad.
I'm an idiot. You know, but yeah, but it is, and I hadn't thought about it that way. But you're right. Like it is. You have to be intentional about taking those moments and recognizing, like,
Yeah.
hey, this is. I mean, I did see it as a great thing, but just really seeing it as like, hey, man, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing something right. And
Right. Because you got to give yourself a pat on the back once in a while too, man. Honestly, because like that is the thing about being a man, is we beat ourselves up so often.
Dude, the accountability is the best and worst thing that a man can carry on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Because yes, you should take accountability for everything, but I think us as men, we overcompensate with that way too often.
Yep.
We sit there and we just take things too personally.
Yeah.
It's always going to be our fault. We're never going to be willing to like shell that blame off. Like, I mean, it takes two people to tango, right? But at the end of the day, you can't always put stuff off on other people. You can't even begin to like, if you don't take accountability and say that there's some way that I can learn something out of this, like you're never going to learn anything at all.
Dude, and Tyrel, you had a big moment like that when you went in the military. So Tyrel came out of high school, went to college for a week.
Yeah.
Kind of like your college journey. But and then he ended up working for us a bunch in the construction side. And at some point, I think you said, I need to do my own thing. Like this needs to become my own. And I mean, tell me about that. Cause I mean, you had that moment. You'd watched American Sniper or you know, Lone Survivor too many times.
I fall in love with movies, and you know, it's you got to find that piece. I mean, the interpersonal warfare. It's like, how do you handle that, right? And it's like, I could be better. And like now, it's like as you find yourselves, it's like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I need to find my own thing. And I don't know if that's maybe finding your own thing, but it's like I need to find myself in a room where I don't know, feel worthy or whatever.
Like you kind of need to like hoe your own row, right? Like
Yeah.
you need to go, this is my thing. It's
And
my
then-
path.
and
It
this
might be
is-
just adjacent of your buddies, but it's got to be your
100%.
own, right?
Yeah, I think, and I think everyone feels that a little different of how they want that and who they share that with. But at the same time, like now I look at it as more of, you know, I gotta. It's like you gotta feel like, how can I be more at peace with myself in that interpersonal warfare of like, it's okay, we're here. But you know, you find yourself, you keep growing and you find yourself in a room where that gets harder and harder, right? Every room gets harder and harder.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't belong here. And you're like,
Totally.
well, fuck, I worked myself to here, but I gotta keep going. And
Well, it's like your faith journey, right?
Yeah.
Day one's easy. You're like, oh, I'm going to do the big ones. I'm going to say yes to this thing, and I'm going to change my life. But then when you get 3 or 4 years in and you go, it gets harder and harder and harder to like go like
I got to be this every day
I
now.
have to dial in. I've
Yeah.
said I'm going to be accountable to something.
Yeah.
A lot like the military, right?
Yep.
And like
Yep.
I have a higher standard now.
Yep.
And the big ones are easy, but it's the little stuff that'll trip you up.
It gets harder the longer you go into it,
Totally.
right? And I feel like especially like Christian men or even just men of faith in general, like it's a suffering kind of deal.
He didn't say it's going to be easy.
Like
That's not the point. You know what I mean?
It's always going to feel like you're doing like even the most minuscule thing feels like it's the wrong thing now at this point. Like you're feeling like you're sinning in some sort of a way, and you're like, man, I didn't think this was going to get to this level. Like, and I got to the point now where like at Flatirons, I serve on their safety team, so like I can see them carry a lot of the church services there.
Yeah.
The amount of training that those guys go into it just to like show up and serve their church every single day. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they put a ton into it, and like it's taking that next step of like, okay, well, what more can I do? Like, because I mean, us as men, we're just always pursuing the adding to the plate, right?
Right.
It's, you know, we talked about it too. It's like everything just takes hard work, whatever it is you want to do. You want to be a good hurdler. You want to be a good football player. You want to be good at anything. It's like hard work. You want to be good at business.
Yep.
You want to own and then hard work generally is just shitty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's like, what are you going to be comfortable with suffering in, I think, right?
Yep.
And like,
yeah, and what's worth it to you? What feels like you're making a career change right now from like within our companies back to your own thing again. And it's like
suffer. What do you want to suffer for? It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Kids suck sometimes.
Yeah.
That one moment's really awesome, but we gotta like drag our face across the pavement a few times before we get there.
Yeah.
And so I think it just, it's like it all hand in hand, but it's like, what are we willing to suffer for? What are we willing to be good for?
Yep.
And then I think it's finding those pieces, protecting.
And you got to find it for yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like to go back to the kids. I remember my daughter once was on the top of like a little kid slide.
Yeah.
But it's like 4 or 5 feet off the ground. And she kind of like gets up top and she turns to the left. Like she's like, I'm going to jump. And I'm like, that's going to hurt. And she looks at me and then like a little bit of like without words, like nonverbal, her going like, maybe, but I got to find out for myself.
Yeah.
And she's freaking ripped it.
Yeah.
And she's crying, and I'm like, told you it's going to hurt, but kids have to find that for themselves. They have to learn, like, touch the thing, it burns your hand. Like, spend your whole life doing that, right?
Yep.
If it was a little too much, burn your hand, right?
Then you got to find that patience to allow them to do that as well.
Yeah. But men that haven't done that, I mean, DUI is not the best way to go, but like men that haven't pushed and burnt their hand a little bit or jumped off the slide a little bit and gotten hurt doing it are really boring guys to talk to, right?
Yeah.
They're not getting invited into the podcast here because we need dudes that have tested the edges and looked over the edge and come back.
Yeah.
Developing that manhood when you want to start taking that next step.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. Later, right? You're talking about that as it goes later, but I mean, I don't know. I had you guys, so it's like I was a man a little later. I'm still trying to be a man. Sometimes you protect it a little bit.
Not so much. We beat the shit out of you, dude. You were like a crash test dummy when we were kids. We're like, all right, we're going to chuck you in this wheelbarrow and roll it off the hillside here and see where it goes. And I don't know, have we talked about this on the podcast where we put you...
We need camps and stuff. I don't think we've brought
like talking about weenie camps, like we just railing through stuff. And dude, we had one of those big electric wheel like spools, the wooden ones. I don't think we use those as much anymore. But we had busted a couple of the boards out of like the inner spool and shoved Tyrel inside of it.
Evil Knievel helmet.
And we put a helmet on him and she just rolled him down a hill. And like now I'm like, dude, like, and it's a great perspective because like our son will do some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And Andrea's just like, what in the heck? And I'm like, babe, I can tell you, like, we did way worse stuff than that. Like he is tame compared to 4 boys and a dad in a home. You know what I mean? Like that's.
I was like, so dad's in our pops is living in a house in Loveland and the creek's running by it and it's all full now.
Yeah, because irrigation works.
And I was just, me and the kids and pops were walking across it and going for a walk, getting them out. And I was just thinking like my kids don't get in this water. And I was like, there's no way
we would have for sure
stayed out of that water.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I look at it, it's like, dude, you cannot get in that water.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised none of us are dead.
And exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's a funny thought. Today I was thinking about that. Just like, there was no way you could keep us out of this water.
Oh, yeah.
And like, this house would be the worst house ever.
I remember I brought a bucket of crawdads from grandma's house. There's an irrigation ditch next to her house. And I had like gotten in it and collected a bunch of crawdads, put them in a little bucket. And I'm like sitting in her house. She hadn't seen me carry the bucket in, And I'm just like going through my crawdads. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with a bunch of crawdads, And she walks over and she's like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, I got a bunch of crawdads. And she's like, go put them back in the river, Yeah, man. I mean, as a boy,
fun.
Yeah. And I wonder, like, it's, a childhood is hard to come by these days, It is. I mean, it's on us too. Like,
yeah, I think it's just, you got to figure out how to shape it in today's society, right?
Right.
We don't get to pick where we're at in the centuries. It's like we have our 100-year window, maybe a little more, maybe a little way less, but it's like, this is our window.
Yep.
And how do we maximize this for our kids? And
Yep.
And that's a big one for like career change and things like that. It's just, how do it goes fast, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're staring down a senior, right?
Almost done, man.
Yeah.
With one, right? You got a senior and a freshman.
And yeah, I'm about to have 2 kids in school. So it's like,
which is an amazing moment, dude.
Amazing moment, but also like where to go. That's too fast. So it's just, I don't know how we build a childhood. I've been thinking a lot about that.
Yeah. Take them fishing more.
Dude, just a pond in the middle of town.
You're on that.
And it's like, you can get away and it's just a little pond, but it is fun. And I don't know. Yeah. You just got to find those things.
Yep. Get muddy, playing puddles.
But you also got like, I get it, dude. AC and a freaking tablet's pretty awesome too. So it's like you
Oh
gotta
yeah.
like, it's cracked to these and I'm the same way, but it's hard to,
Yep.
find those balances. But
Yep. So what are you doing to continue, man? The journey. What adventures do we got this year? And you look forward. What do you see there?
As far as this year goes, because I basically drew preference points this year, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
kind of trying to sort out what the hunting season's going to look
Yeah.
like.
You got
what
a
the
secret hunting hole somewhere.
I do. I got a good over the
whitetail or-
counter. I got an over the counter area up in
Colorado
somewhere.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Over the hill.
I got a couple buddies that drew some good tags in other
Yeah.
states. I had a buddy draw the Gila tag down in New Mexico.
Oh,
so
dude. Yeah.
I think I'm going to take a week and go down with him.
Do that.
And,
It's an
yeah.
absolute blast.
yeah. I think that would be
Yeah.
a really good way to go spend a week.
Yeah.
I got with that fishing lease that I have, there's over the counter whitetail opportunities for that. And I
Okay.
got had a pretty good whitetail on camera there this year. So I was
Good.
like, I think that I'll probably
You'll have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll find something that I can go out
Yeah.
and do this year.
Yeah.
And like we still have leftovers coming up, so you never know what could
That's
happen
the
that
funnest.
day.
Like leftovers, and then that every week where there's the return tag, like
Yep.
lottery game you get to play of
Yep.
like, which is a little bit of a bummer because I got a mule deer tag and I got an elk tag, so I'm kind of out of the mix, right?
Yeah.
But you can still kind of go on and see if you can't pick something else up.
Maybe there's a good antelope tag that
Yeah.
you can go draw.
Right.
After we're done recording, I can give you one
Yeah.
to look out for.
Yeah,
for
that'd
sure.
be perfect. Yeah.
But yeah, it's you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
I think for now, for this year, it's just
Yeah.
it's kind of keep on keeping on. I'll get paid off on all my debt this year, and then we'll
Sick.
kind
Oh
of
yeah.
explore what the next
Yeah.
option is going to be. Because I love my job to an extent. It's a job still at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at what I want to really do with my life, what I want to pursue.
Yeah. And how to blend those together, because the job's an inevitability, right? We've
Yeah.
got to provide.
Yeah.
But how do you kind of go, okay, because you look, the man in the mirror, right?
Yep.
And like you 10 years from now, like taking care of that guy.
Yeah.
And going, I'm going to set you up for experiences. So 10 years from now, when I get there,
Yep.
he looks back and goes, thank you, dude.
Yep.
This was a really good 10 years.
Yep.
Let's do it
And
again.
I would like to try to start putting ferreting some money away for kind of one of those giant kind of hunts, like a doll sheep hunt or something
Yeah.
like that. Like something that like, okay, in 10 years I could probably make this happen. That's probably about my max for trying to go on like a big sheep hunt like that, where it's
Dude.
like,
I just toured Damascus trophy room.
yeah.
You feel like such a failure.
Oh, dude, Joe Bradley's the same way. I'm 2 years
Dude.
older than
Yeah.
he was when he finished all of the Colorado Big Ten
Yeah.
with a trad bow that he built.
He just sent me
Yeah.
two pairs that they shot with trad bows this last weekend.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I even doing with my life?
I
You know,
know.
it's like,
It's insane.
yeah,
I mean,
he is so good.
yeah.
There's levels.
And
Yeah,
he-
there's levels, right?
There's just levels to
Yeah.
this.
well, and he's been doing it since he was as old, like the age that he was able to start hunting, he was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got into the sports, doing all the sports I mentioned,
Right.
rodeo, all
Yep.
that stuff. Like
Yeah.
I was up until my dad passed away, I was
Yeah.
kind of like out of hunting for
Right.
a good 8 years, other
Yeah.
than like maybe some bird hunting out on the
Yeah.
plains that was like a
Right.
day trip.
How do you put words to that with hunting? Because that comes up 8 out of 10 conversations in here. If we're talking about hunting, how it filled a void, you know what I mean? It kind of filled that void that was sports, or it was military,
Yep.
right? Or whatever else. And
Yeah.
why is,
the uniform and put on some camo kind of thing.
yeah, like
Yeah.
hunting is such a good thing for that.
Yeah. Because
And
it's one of those things that fulfills all the practice time that you had to do, right? Especially if you're bow hunting. I mean, the amount of times that I
Yes.
go out and shoot my bow now, like I work cattle on the weekends for my landlords and stuff like that. So I'm on a pretty good chunk of land. So I can go
Right.
take some targets out, set up. I'm shooting up to 100 yards at sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I'm at least shooting 1 arrow a day at minimum.
Yeah.
And
Love that.
being able to have that practice and that mindset
Yeah.
and like that reason now of like, okay, well, that's what I'm going to the gym for.
Right.
I mean, Cam Haynes was one of the ones that like for me in my mind, like he changed my whole mindset on hunting.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, like his mindset of if I can run a 200-mile race, there isn't a wilderness area on this planet that I can't walk out of if an emergency happens.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, sweet. I wanted to get back in shape anyways and
Yeah.
kind of get into that kind of mindset of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
a 15 to 20 mile hike over the course of 2 days isn't going to kill me with 60 pounds on
Right.
my back.
What's it look like for you getting in shape? Because that's the thing a lot of guys struggle with is like, hey, I've got a full-time job. You're probably out of the house by 6:30 or earlier.
5 most days.
Right. And so then you go, there's a lot of room for excuses in
Yeah.
a day when you got to leave at 5. You're whooped by the time you get back. Cause I mean,
Yep.
you came here straight after work and it was 4:30. So you're done by 4,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yep.
And so that's an 11-hour day. And it's hard to put weight on your back and then go
yeah.
hiking or go put some time in the weight room.
So I'm lucky. I got a dog that she just needs to be walked constantly. So every evening about 9 o'clock, once the sun starts going down, it's like, all right, I'll throw the weight pack on, and
Yeah. How much weight are you putting on the back?
60 pounds right now.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Will
think
that
any
goes
more than
down
that, I think
or up?
it might go up a little bit, but I'll probably
Right.
stay right about that 60 pounds, because usually when I start the hunting trip, it's probably about 45 pounds in that pack. So if I'm
Right.
going a little heavier on that,
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily training for the pack out at that point, but it's more of the
Right.
getting to the point where I can shoot something. I got plenty of buddies in the area. I can give them a call and they'll be
Yeah.
there within 2 hours by
Yeah.
the time I got that thing cut
Yeah. The
up.
pack out's that's not the
It's
thing that kills
temporary.
you. You
It's
know what I mean?
temporary. Yeah.
It's having that pack on your back. For me, it's like getting the traps and the waist belt kind of just used to holding that weight.
Yep.
You know, and then I think rucking is, my best year the best I ever felt in the woods. We would do a Monday run. So we'd run like just trail run 5 miles or so, give or take. And then we do 2 miles with like a medium to light pack, say 55 to 60 pounds. And then for me, I would go out on Fridays and I would just do like a mile and a half to 2 again, but with a 100-pound pack.
Yep.
But always on trails, right? Not on the pavement, not on the roads.
Yep.
Because for me, I think the biggest thing is ankle foot stability and those knees over and around rocks, because that's where you lose it. I think like
100%.
up and down a trail of any kind, it doesn't matter, but just make sure it's an uneven trail, right?
Yep. And I'm lucky that like being on the cattle property, we have dirt roads running around that place. So like it's pretty flat for the most part. I'm not getting a lot of the elevation gain. I think that helps to an extent, but I think, like you said, it's just having that uneven stability and like
even here, I'll walk in our neighborhood and it's paved.
Yeah.
But it's a mile loop. But if I walk just off the pavement, just on that rock, it's crazy how much of a difference that makes.
Well, and it feels like
slower, you got to work a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like you're working harder because it's walking in sand, right?
Yeah.
Where it's
like
a little bit of that
Literally
like resistance just from the foot stuff. And I try to run most mornings. I try to get up a little bit early and go for a 2 to 5 mile run most mornings. Probably hovering closer to 2 most days just because of time crunch and everything like that. But and then I try to get in the weight room at least 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah.
If I, like you said, if I can just touch the bar, I don't need to go in there and go ego lift like I used to.
No way,
I'm
dude.
not trying to put 225 on a bar anymore.
Heck no.
Like, maybe if we can get up to like 185, I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to kind of, we're getting older, right? Like it's every year you get another year older, and you just got to try to maintain the best you can. I'd like to kind of get back to the point where my jeans are a little loose again, but you know, we're
That's
working
always
on
the
it.
metric. Like, do these buckle still? Yeah, our brother Adam, who's a year and a half below me, he's the second oldest. He's kind of gone to a format of just like pick a body part or if it's a push day or pull day, whatever it is, 4 movements, 2 sets to failure. That's it. So 8 total after a warm up of some kind.
Yep.
Just 8 total sets. And I've messed with that some, and feels like a really effective way to get a workout in.
Yeah.
We all have friends that write a lot of really well written workouts, right? Like our buddy Adrian, like his are killer. I mean, Amy ran a marathon and she's like, I'm so much faster when I'm consistent with Adrian's workouts. And so his are good. Your guys over there at Hunt Lift Eat, writing good stuff.
Yeah, they've been doing some really
good stuff. And at the end of the day, though, it's like just whatever you're willing to do on a consistent basis, do it.
Yeah.
Or have things that'll fill in the gap around the fitness side, right? So, for me, my go-to if I don't have time is a 21-15-9 wall ball, slam ball, kettlebell swing. Like, I know I can do that in about 8 minutes, so if I'm just slammed and it's like a busy day, it's like no excuses.
Yeah.
They're right there. They're ready to go. Just come out, work through it, jump in the shower, go to work.
Yep.
And at least you're keeping a baseline of fitness. And then in the evening when the sun's setting, go put a ruck on your back.
Yeah.
Even if it's a mile.
Yeah. It's at least getting your body used to that, carrying that extra weight, right? And like, I feel like I struggle with working out after work. I really have a hard time when I like get home from work and I'm like, I still got to cook dinner tonight at some
Yes.
point. Like, got to do all the things, and still,
Yep.
like, God forbid I have a date or something that night. Like,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
that's where the problem gets into.
Yeah,
where it's like,
dude. You got
maybe I
work
should
to
just
do
get
there.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should really probably get this workout done, but then those are the nights I end up skipping it, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, I should probably just ditch that idea
Yeah.
and just go for
take
the
her on a
workout.
weight room date. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you might just go in the weight room for this date because
I've been on a trend of fishing dates recently, so that's not the worst thing
that's
out there.
super solid right there, dude.
If that could be a
What are you
good
looking
trend.
for? You take a girl fishing, like you don't want her to be like manhandling these fish too good.
I don't want her to outfish me.
You don't
but
want
at
her
the
to
same
outfish
time,
you,
like,
but you like want to see her be like good on the boat, right?
I at least want
on
her
the
to
paddle
like
boat. Does she help you paddle?
sometimes.
Yeah, you're like hop on in, sweetie. I'll paddle.
We
you
haven't
around.
gotten that far with some of these girls yet, because usually we're running like last couple hours of the day, so it's
Yeah.
like, we don't have time to get all the way out there, get the boat out there,
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah.
So we're just doing some shore fishing around
Yeah.
here. Like Thompson Ponds has been a good one to go
cool.
to, and
Love it.
Yeah, we'd like some tips because Tyrel's trying to get his kids
We got the Spider-Man
out.
pole.
So we
Yep.
got the Spider-Man poles. I don't do a lot of that kind of fishing. I'm on the rivers most of the time.
Yep.
So I'd love to hear like around here, like what's some good local spots where the kids can just at least catch like,
Thompson Ponds
little
is great. It's right there over by Shields off of I-25. It's underneath
Okay.
that goofy little tunnel that's underneath the highway there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Also for dove and duck and goose hunting, that's a pretty solid spot to go
Really?
to. Like,
Yeah.
great for kids.
Yeah.
You don't have to hike a ton in there, but they've
Mhm.
still got to earn it a little bit. It's like a good
Yeah.
quarter mile back there to the ponds from the parking lot.
Hmm.
Okay.
I mean, the other night, mostly catfish that were 8-9 inches at the
What are you
most.
fishing those
like,
catfish with?
Just worms.
I'm asking Tyrell's
Just worms.
questions.
That's
Just
what we're
worms.
rocking,
Yep.
some worms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like a little
keep it
water
easy
bobber and
for 'em.
worms, or what
Yep.
are you doing?
Just bobber and worms.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
love
keep it easy, like especially for the kids, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, bow decker's great. That's
Okay.
like right over here,
Right here.
like this
Yeah.
neck of the woods.
Yeah, we haven't
It
been there
fishes
yet.
okay?
Fish is all right.
Yeah.
We were catching some white bass out of there recently.
Okay.
Nice.
Walleye out of there. I mean, it's
Same rig. What rig are we fishing there for?
yeah, either that or like the little gold spoons. So,
Okay.
and if your kids want to stay a little more active and be casting, reeling in, casting, reeling in,
Little gold
Yeah.
spoons. Those are like the little ones. They kind of
like the Cast Masters, like 2-3 inch ones.
Okay. Yeah, just
Yeah.
show me.
Yeah.
The gold spoons, basically. Those are.
Are you
showing
fishing
out
kind of
there.
bank fishing into
Bank
the trees,
fishing a little
rocks?
bit.
What are you looking for structure wise on that?
Yeah, mostly where it's like kind of the little inlets where there is some shade
Yeah.
coverage going in there,
Okay.
especially in the hotter
Okay.
times of the days.
Mhm.
It's good to get the kids out there, especially for that.
So we can throw a
Um,
little raft in the truck and
Yeah.
couple
Yeah.
little floaty jackets on them, and
Yeah.
it's easy to row out there as long as there's no wind.
Yeah.
You know,
And I think Bowdecker's wakeless anyways.
it
so
is.
That's,
You can
that's
have a motor, but
perfect.
you can't make a wake. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I take my little boat out there, paddle the wife around a little bit. It's fun.
Yeah.
There's about 8,000 paddle boarders out there. It's
100%.
a trip, dude.
Yeah.
Lawn Haggler's another decent one. Like,
Yeah.
there's at least little trout in there, all that kind of stuff. Kind of
Yeah.
same deal. Worms.
Probably when you're taking
Salmon
kids,
eggs.
figure out where they stock it, right? 'Cause
Yep.
it's like you can go catch those stalkers.
Yep.
If you know, did you ever find that schedule for stalking? And yeah, I know a lot of guys that pay attention to that, but I think for the kids that'd be key. Like, all right, they stalked today. Let's go
Yeah.
get out there because we'll
Yep.
catch some fish. And
Yeah.
that's all you're trying to do right now, right? Is like
we need to
catch a couple of fish and get them addicted. And then, Josh Solholt, who was on the podcast a couple times, he told me, he's like, his dad did such a good thing. He said, as soon as they were catching a lot of fish, shut it down.
Yep.
Go home. And you want them crying in the car. I want more, you know? Like,
exactly.
that's what you're looking for.
We
right?
Yeah, you want them begging to be going back
Yeah.
out there before you even leave.
Yeah.
Because that's how my dad was about a lot of it. It was
Yeah.
like, let's go out and go fish. Like, he had buddies out at the same place that I have the lease that they were out there with a boat and everything. They knew that lake like it was the back of their hand kind of deal.
Yeah.
Where like
sure.
we'd get on walleye and we'd be limited out in 20 minutes flat. And it was like, well, we can't catch anymore. I guess we got to go home.
No
and
way.
It's just like, well,
Dude.
what? I don't want to go home.
I don't want to leave.
Like,
You're
yeah.
like, yeah.
So
That's it. Yep.
we'd at least go back to the campsite and shoot
Yeah.
the BB gun, do all the other stuff that like kids love to go do.
That's key.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the number one thing to get kids in the outdoors, a Red Rider. Like,
Dude, I remember the
Yeah, I
year
hadn't
we
even
got
thought
Red
about that.
Riders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got 3 of them, but I think we ended up just shooting each other more than anything else with those things.
there is that, but like,
my
that's
brother, our
part of
brother
growing
Adam
up.
still got a BB in his ass to this day. They just left it there. That was not out of a Red Rider. That won't penetrate. But
yeah,
that was and it wasn't us. We didn't. It was somebody who was at our uncle's ranch, and he had a cattle ranch, and some city kid came out and he thought it'd be funny to pump up a, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a hard shooting, BB gun. He shot at him right in the ass, and it's there still today.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
that's hilarious.
yeah, kind of right. And
I
you're
mean,
like,
back then I'm
find
sure
that
it
guy
wasn't.
and
Now
fight
it's
him
probably
today, you know? Yeah, but
No, I
yeah,
think that's like the number one thing to get kids in the outdoors is a
yeah,
BB gun and
yeah,
endless amount of time out there.
yep,
Yeah.
Like
yep,
camping trips, that kind of a thing. Like I
yeah,
think that's huge.
yeah,
Like giving them an opportunity to have fun. Like my dad played both sides of the ball, right? Where it's like
yeah,
we'd go on these goose hunting days where it was negative 10 degrees outside and piss and snow and rain and whatever
Yeah.
else. And it's
yeah.
just like, nope, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna enjoy it. And I was just like, the hell we are. Like this sucks.
This is
Yeah.
horrible. Yeah,
He's like, well,
Yeah.
here's some beef jerky and shut up.
yeah. There's an extra hand warmer, right?
Yeah, but then he'd
Yeah.
make up for it on some of the other stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like where it's like,
100%.
okay, you'd go have fun all summer and go fishing all the
Yeah.
time, and like,
yeah,
that was the one thing my dad absolutely did the best job at was he was always present with everything.
Yeah.
He took his vacation time to come to track meets, hockey games. I was in Boy Scouts and all that stuff. Got my Eagle Scout, and he was
Yeah.
like, he was present for all of it. Every like camping trip I went on, he'd always be one
Yeah.
of the adult chaperones, and like
yeah.
he just was always there, and
That's
that was
sick, man.
that was important to me. And like,
Right.
I would have been fine without him, but at the same time, he made it a point to be. I think he enjoyed it almost more than I did in some of
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
instances.
Yeah.
And
100%.
he was always real good about kind of finding the wayward kids, like the kids that had troubled homes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And like we'd have dinners where there's, we're back at our house where there's 10 kids sitting around the table,
Really?
all because their parents were just like kind of didn't care where they were at.
Shitheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their dads were alcoholics and out at the bar, or their moms
Yeah.
were on drugs or whatever. Like he found a way of finding those kids.
Yeah. And good on your mom too, because she was cooking. You know, I mean,
A
she
lot of
was,
the time we'd just go pick up pizza in those moments. Like
Yeah.
she was like,
Yeah.
we're not going to cook for
yeah.
an
I know
army
that. Like
today."
I do that. If I did to my wife, like, hey, we got like 4 or 5 kids coming over. She looks like, oh God, I wasn't planning on this. I'm like, hey, we got this. They're
Yeah.
kids. They'll eat Little Caesars. I got $20 in Little Caesars, and we're good
Or
to
we go
go.
run to the store and just go grab a bunch of hot dogs and throw them
Yes,
on the
dude.
barbecue,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
yeah, it's definitely. I think it's important to be that place that
Yeah.
the whole group of kids can go to.
Yeah.
Like your kids know that their friends are always welcome at your
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Because I think some of those kids need that. They'll
do
never
need
say
that.
it. They'll never
Yep.
be the ones to say
Yep.
it. But like,
Yep.
that's kind of where me and this kid's relationship, that like my ex's son, where
Yeah.
he just needs somebody to be there. His dad's present. We won't go into details
Sure,
about
sure.
what he's like as a
Yeah.
dad, but it's
Yeah.
he's not exactly the supportive father.
Yeah.
And I found a good role for myself in this kid's
Yeah.
life where it's, if he wants to go on a hunting trip, dude, I'll drop whatever and go on this hunting trip
Yeah.
with him. If he wants to come out and go fishing with me out at the lease, well, let's go out and go fish, man. Like
Yeah.
I'll buy your plane ticket out here. He's out in Vernal, Utah, so it's
Oh,
like,
damn. Okay.
it's a cheap plane ticket at the end
Yeah.
of the day. It's
Yeah.
$75 and 45-minute flight. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
getting him out here.
Bring him out for a couple days. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now that it's summer, he's going to come work for my landlords quite a bit.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Oh, sweet.
do some cattle work for them. He's starting to get into the buck and bronc stuff like I did when I
Oh,
was
buddy.
a kid.
Here we
So
go.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's,
Here we
he
go.
loves it, and it's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'll be at every single rodeo that you
Right.
got.
Right.
So I
That's
think
sick.
that kind of stuff's important to provide that for some of these kids.
Oh yeah, man. That's huge. Again, back to that path where, that path, that journey to manhood. And,
Yep.
and, I mean, this isn't, our way is not the only way. Right. But I mean, it is, I think
Yeah.
a great way, and it creates opportunity for, that part where you got to reckon with yourself a little bit and figure
Yeah.
out who you are. And so, yeah, dude. So as we wrap up, man, like, 10 years from now, man, you have places you want to be. Like, what piece of advice do you think that guy 10 years from now would give you? What would he say outside of like, please buy Bitcoin or something like that, right? Like, and and eat a little less fried chicken or whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
No,
I mean, what do you think of when you think about that guy? And
I think that guy is going to be sitting here saying, keep up with the fitness stuff.
Yeah.
Just don't let it slack off. Stay active. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just
yeah,
keep moving. Don't be closed-minded to the opportunities that come up in front of you. There's going to
Right.
be things that do come up. Be discerning with it, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever does come up, take the time to really question it, decide what's going to be best for what your future is going to hold, and
yeah,
don't be afraid to take the opportunity. I think a lot of the times that us as men, we hesitate, thinking, oh, this may not be the best move for us,
sure,
when maybe it could be. Like we
Yeah.
keep a lot of closed doors
right,
without, like, doors are getting opened for us.
yeah, Yeah.
It's our jobs to walk through it and
Yeah.
figure out what's on the other side.
I dig it. Say yes more often than
Say yes more often.
Yeah, I kind of got a little deep on that one. I listened to that podcast talking about saying yes, and I was like, you need to chill out with that say yes thing. But I think they got the point.
Yeah.
Whether
I
they
like
listen
it.
to the whole
I
podcast or
like
not.
it.
But I do agree, man. Like,
Yeah.
be the kind of man that people are going to invite you onto something and say yes to that and go do cool stuff, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, like my buddy called me 3 months before I went to that Alaska trip, and he was like, "Hey, so I got this opportunity to go to Alaska."
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Ninilchik Charters because I mean it was $4,500 to go on that trip.
Yeah.
I mean that's
That's
cheap for
that's
an
a
Alaska
good deal
trip.
right now. Yeah,
like
it is.
after it was all said and done, flying out there, getting meat home, everything.
Yeah,
I think it was $9,000 altogether.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that was including all the new gear, like any new gear that I needed
Yeah.
for it. And it was like,
yeah,
okay, you know what? Like, say yes to stuff like that more often because you never
100%.
know when you're not going to be able to go and do that.
yep,
Like, especially having kids, you're going to have a little bit less opportunities to go and do that.
oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
and it could be the best experience of your life.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you gotta say yes and show up.
I love it. Okay, gear, because we're Rucklist, we're a
Yep.
gear podcast.
Yeah.
2 pieces of gear that like young man's getting in it. He's already got the big stuff, right? But like, what's like your sneaky things that you go, hey man, something I'll turn around the truck to go get. You know what I mean?
Ooh, man.
Outside of tag, binos, and weapon.
Boots are an obvious one for me, but at the same time, sneaky gear.
Mine used to be nicotine.
Yours used to be nicotine.
That might be
More
mine,
like a
actually.
toothpick. Like,
Can't say nicotine
we're
or a
not walking up
toothpick.
that mountain without nicotine. If you need nicotine,
Yeah. Yeah, toothpick has come up as one of the good ones. That's from our buddy Bert.
That's a good one.
Dental flosser in your bino harness at all times,
Yeah.
or 6 or 7 of them, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually a really good one.
Yeah.
book if I'm like going solo, because 24
Yeah.
hours is a long time.
Yes.
So.
Yes, that's for me. That's one that is always in my pack. Is I have a Kindle with like basically it's a Louis L'Amour library, right?
I think mine actually is more along the food line.
Okay,
those
yeah.
honey stinger waffles. I have one of those always like in the pocket on my thigh.
Just nice and
Nice and
warm.
warm.
Nice, warm, nice.
Good.
And it's just a quick hit. Like
Yeah.
if you're starting to tank a little bit, just pop that in real fast, and it's not a ton of calories, but it keeps you moving for a little bit longer, along with those caffeine packets. I go through a lot of those caffeine packets on the mountain, but
Yeah.
I mean, really, probably my inReach is probably one of the biggest ones that I would go with because like I've got buddies like especially during archery season, they're all over the mountains. Like I got friends that are hunting way more than I am.
Yeah.
If I'm in an area where like I'm just not seeing what I want to see,
Yeah.
that's the first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to get in
Reaching
touch
out
with
to your
those
buddies.
guys.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, just like
Yeah.
what have you guys seen? Like
Yeah.
you guys have been up here for 2 weeks now. I've been up here for this last 2 weekends.
What am I
Like,
doing wrong?
yeah, like what kind where can you kind of help direct me on some of
Right.
this?
For sure.
And then other than that, a good little piece of like the real skinny rope, like the 5 mil rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
That stuff is, I mean, so useful, and no matter what
Yeah.
that I've done with it, like I find a need for that almost every day.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Yep. I've been starting carrying those little looks like the wire ties you can get at Home Depot for tying tools, like little twisty.
Yep.
I love
those
those
work
things,
good too.
man.
Yep.
Like you can
Just a
tie a
quick
water bottle
retainer.
on real
Yep.
quick, or you got a meat pack and it's just like not quite on there enough. I carry like 3 or 4 of those because they don't weigh really anything.
Yep.
And it's just so nice to like just cinch it down with one more thing, or hanging your light up as you're cutting an animal up, or
Yep.
pulling a tarp out, tie it to a rock. Like
any
As you
pack
said
issues
that,
that come up, because
yeah,
I've
it
had
just-
packs break on the mountain.
Yes. Yep.
Um,
Yeah, so a chunk of rope, like I didn't even mention those wire ties before, but they're one of my favorite little.
Yeah,
They're on a lot of my packing lists. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
those things are
They're
definitely
sick.
worth it.
Yeah, and you can get the little tiny ones, but it's just nice because in camp, like you're always like, where am I going to hang my bow? Where am I going to hang my water bottle? Where am I going to hang my
Yep.
water filter? Right, and just
Yep.
where's my spoon go? Right, so
Yep.
it's just a little nifty stuff to like help you stay organized because it sucks eating your meal with the with your fingers or a stick or your
having to
pocket knife.
if you have to like
You
rip
fold
off
the
top
yes.
thing and like using that.
How
as
many
your
of us have
spoon.
done that? You tear out the
Oh,
top
yeah.
of the mountain house or the peak,
Yep.
and you fold it over once, and it becomes your spoon,
Yeah,
right?
or you're just sitting there just like
dumping
drinking
spaghetti
it
down your gullet and going, I'm so tired. I just want this in me. I'm going to bed. So, dude, I love it. Garrett, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah,
that was a
thank you
really
for
fun
having me.
combo.
This
I
was great.
appreciate you. Yeah, and so, well, good luck this season. We'll kind of keep in
Yeah.
touch, follow where you're at.
Yeah,
Tell
absolutely.
the Hunt Lift Eat guys thank you for you
Yeah.
being a part of this and
Yeah.
us getting that intro. Of course, Joe Bradley and the guys over there at CBA.
Yep.
Those guys have been hooking us up. A lot of our guests have come from that CBA group of man.
Well, and I'll reach out to some more of the guys from Hunt Lift Eat, and we'll get you guys in touch with them.
Anybody that's cool, that's like I said, they've gone hard, they've looked over the edge, and they've come back.
Really like Luke, the founder of
and they're up in
Hunt Lift
Laramie,
Eat.
huh?
Yep, he's up in Laramie, so he'd make the trip down for this.
Or maybe we make the trip up to him and just record at his
You would
place.
actually want to. You guys should make that trip.
Go get a lift on
headquarters.
Go get a lift on at headquarters, and
they got a sweet gym. They've got a like front-facing store now.
Oh, sick.
I'm
sure we know because we have a good little community of men that are up there at Laramie area. So I'm sure we know them, and there's a couple chunks of river I mean to fish up there anyway. Yeah, there's a chunk of river I got some access to. I need to go fish that. So
yeah. He's a veteran. He was in the Army for the full term.
So him and Tyrel got that Army connection.
Yep. Yeah, you guys would have a good time chatting with him.
Yeah, let's go up their way. It'd be nice to see some different walls and talk some shit.
I'll start after this. I'll start a group chat with you.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. All right, guys. Hey, thank you for listening. Yeah, like all y'all are listening. I appreciate the hell out of you. It's just, it's an honor that you guys take the time to. What do we got here? 1 hour and 33 minutes, right on the button. That's what we asked you for, and we got every second of it. So
heck yeah,
it's a little late getting started, but
a little late getting started. That's on us, but
that's
yeah. So thanks for giving us a Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
this could have been a date night. Instead, you're with us.
This is better than probably a date night for me. At this
good. All right, boys, be good.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Oodalali,